3, since LeBron James has entered the NBA, he has been the best passer in basketball, and he remains to this moment the best passer in basketball. I've only said that on this show a thousand times.
You spell player wrong. You said passer, but you spelled it wrong. P-L-A-Y-E-R, not P-A-S-S-E-R. Player, not passer, both.
Well, it's one little thing that I'm pointing out that he is the very best at.
At playing, yes. Game of basketball. Okay, go ahead.
Number 4, LeBron James, as I've said 10,000 times on the show, is still the greatest driver of the basketball I have ever seen. A 6'9", 260-pound freight train to the rim. Never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Number 5, no athlete has ever been a more consistently powerful speaker on race or social justice topics. Nobody is in this man's league when it comes to the power of his platforms that he has created and maintained. Nobody has taken more advantage of those platforms in the history of sports. Thank you very much. Number 6, LeBron stood up to pressure I don't believe any NBA player has ever faced or felt. In Game 6 at Boston in 2012, now, this is because he had suffered some epic failures against Orlando in 2009, against Boston in 2010 before he left Cleveland, and then in his first go-around with the Heat in the finals against Dallas in 2011. That set up what was happening against Boston, this in the conference finals in 2012.
Yes.
They went up 2-0. They lost 3 straight games. Game 6 is in Boston. And trust me, I knew a bunch of people at ESPN who said, we got to drive over and see this, because even the staunchest LeBron defenders and apologists were starting to doubt if he was made of the right stuff. Okay. And they went over on that night to watch what was about to transpire. The Heat won that game by 19 points because LeBron dominated from start to finish with 45 points, 15 rebounds, and only 5 assists. But let's just keep it at 45 and 15? Wait, 45 and 15 rebounds?
Yeah.
That was, in most people's eyes, the greatest game he ever played.
KD broke Melo's Olympic record. Obviously one of the greatest scorers we've seen in NBA history. But I want to take it like as far as possible. The global game of basketball. Is he the greatest basketball scorer of all time on any level?
When it comes to, there's going to always be an argument, because when you talk about the greatest scorers of all time, you know, until Kareem's record gets broken, everyone's going to say Kareem. Well, the older generation is going to say Kareem. Well, if he's at the top and no one's beat his record, he is the greatest scorer of all time, right? Then everyone's going to be like, well, Jordan is the greatest scorer of all time because of how he scored. And then, you know, in a few years, LeBron will be on top of the scoring list because, you know, he's going to break that scoring record. But as a basketball player, as a basketball fan who understands the game, the way Kevin Durant scores is really effortless. He can't actually be stopped, controlled, or challenged because of his height, his shooting. So he is probably the easiest bucket getter in NBA history. Jordan fans, which I am one, I'm a fanatic, are going to scream, well, he didn't do this, he don't, like, when it comes to paper stats, you look at what you want to look at, right? Jordan scoring is amazing. We see those, right? And you're going to say, well, Kevin Durant never did this. Well, there's one flaw that's going to always be with Jordan compared to Kevin Durant, and it's this. Jordan's second best player was Scottie Pippen, right? Who's a Hall of Famer. Scottie Pippen wasn't a natural scorer. So Scottie Pippen's best 3 years.
Yo, what it do, YouTube? So after hearing all that, your boy Skip Bayless saying LeBron James is the greatest passer he's ever seen, and then obviously adding on to his claims about Mr. LeBron James, and I agree with it. I think LeBron is obviously the greatest passer that I think I've ever seen. I always had Steve Nash as one of the best passers, just like getting people involved, not the flashy ability that LeBron has. LeBron's ability to make passes is beyond anybody else, just because I've seen the man go baseline with 3 defenders all over him and kick it out with like a left hand laser pass right into the hands. So again, I think that is LeBron's greatest ability. Yes, he can score when he wants to, but I think his God-given ability is just ability to pass the ball to everyone and just get them wide open shots. And when you get, like, obviously, I don't think anybody's better than him. And then with that, if you're having LeBron bring up the ball, he's obviously going to set at his own pace, right? Because he's playing point guard. If you want him to be the primary playmaker and get everybody else involved, so you have that, he sets the tempo. Very high understanding of the game, probably one of the highest IQs I've ever seen. Just sometimes some of the passes he makes, I'm like, wait, what? How did that even happen, bruh? But again, just a very high IQ of the game, so he obviously knows set a pick here, get this person rotating here, fake ball pass over here, get it to the corner. We've all seen that, right? And then obviously his willing to pass. I think Kevin Durant, what separates LeBron and Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant's looking to score. That's what he's known his entire life, and LeBron hasn't really known that. He's developed into a great scorer, I would say, over time. But again, that wasn't his natural given ability. His natural given ability is making these great passes. And then he loves to get others involved, and obviously if you have others involved, one of the biggest things I was taught in basketball, maybe with you guys too, is that once you get your teammates involved, the ones that kind of do the dirty work, if you are the star player of your team, which I'm assuming most of you guys are, but if you're not, yeah, just getting everybody involved. It feels nice when somebody's doing, you know, the dirt work and you get them the ball, you know, they work even harder for you next time. And that's LeBron's great at that, getting everybody involved. And plus he gets, at the end of the day, if he gets a triple-double, it's a big numbers across the board regardless. So it's a fat stat line regardless. So I guess that always kind of looks nice. And then Kevin Durant. Scoring is the most difficult task to master in basketball, right? And Kevin Durant has mastered it to an elite level where it doesn't even matter. His shots doesn't even get affected by most defenders, right? And then we have better offense, beats better defense regardless. And Kevin Durant has shown us, and Gilbert Arenas was great proof there again. Like, yo, y'all need to stop. Like, Kevin Durant is on a different level. And then obviously he has the potential to be the greatest scorer of all time. And I don't know, LeBron might have the statistics for that, but if you ask a lot of pure hoopers, they wouldn't say that LeBron's a pure scorer, right? And they would give that to Kevin Durant, and I agree with that. And then his shot doesn't get affected again. He masters his own shot. You really can't really do much other than be physical with him. He kind of misses it on his own terms. And when the shot is falling, he's just on a different zone. And again, I just wanted to say, after all those points, we all want to make these claims that these guys don't really like each other, but here back in 2011, 2012, they're working out together, right? And we just got to stop that. Maybe it's just that, you know, like these players like to work out with each other, and as simple as that, basketball never stops. Have a great day, guys, and hopefully you guys like my take. Bye.